Chapter 1, The AI Imperative, Why Boards Must Pay Attention Now. Artificial intelligence is no longer a speculative topic reserved for technical conferences or research labs. It is a force that is rapidly reshaping industries, redefining competition, and rewriting how value is created. For boards and senior executives, the question is no longer whether to engage with AI, but how to govern and guide its adoption responsibly. The pace of change has accelerated beyond what most corporate governance structures were designed to handle, and the organizations that fail to adapt will find themselves overtaken not by new entrants, but by faster and more adaptive incumbents. AI's impact extends across strategy, operations, culture, and risk. It is not a single technology, but a collection of capabilities that allow computers to process data, recognize patterns, make predictions, and increasingly generate content and decisions. When combined with automation and data analytics, AI forms a powerful ecosystem that enables faster and more accurate decisions with less human intervention. This shift has profound implications for the role of leadership. Boards must now understand how AI influences productivity, competitiveness, ethics, and resilience. Executives once viewed technology as a support function. Today, it defines the business model itself. Retailers use predictive algorithms to forecast demand and manage stock in real time. Banks rely on AI for fraud detection, compliance monitoring, and customer personalization. Manufacturers deploy intelligent systems to optimize production and reduce downtime. Even sectors that were traditionally insulated from rapid digital change, such as law or construction, are now adopting AI-driven tools for document review, scheduling, and project optimization. These are not experimental pilots. They are operational necessities. The scale of transformation lies in AI's ability to compress time. Processes that once required days or weeks can now occur in seconds. Data volumes that were previously too complex to analyze can now be mined for insight. This acceleration changes how leaders make decisions and how organizations compete. In practical terms, AI increases decision velocity, the ability to act quickly with reliable data rather than intuition or delay. In many cases, this speed becomes the competitive differentiator. However, with opportunity comes responsibility. The introduction of AI raises new forms of risk that traditional governance frameworks may not yet accommodate. Boards have long experience overseeing financial, operational, and compliance risk, but AI introduces reputational, ethical, and algorithmic risks that require different expertise. An algorithm trained on biased data can produce discriminatory outcomes. A poorly governed automated decision can expose the organization to litigation. A chatbot that generates misleading or offensive content can erode customer trust overnight. These are not hypothetical risks. They have already occurred across industries. For the board, the first step is recognizing AI as both a strategic enabler and a governance priority. This duality requires oversight from the highest level, not delegation to a technical committee. The organization must establish clear accountability for AI initiatives, define its ethical boundaries, and ensure transparency across data use and decision-making. Just as financial integrity requires independent audit and control, AI integrity demands validation, explainability, and continuous review. The economic case for AI is equally compelling. A growing body of research from consultancies and academic institutions shows consistent productivity gains where AI is implemented effectively. McKinsey's global surveys, for example, have reported that companies using AI in multiple functions see profitability improvements of 5 to 10%. Yet these results are not automatic. Poorly implemented AI can just as easily increase cost, create confusion, or expose hidden weaknesses in organizational processes. The difference lies in leadership focus and execution discipline. AI maturity within organizations typically progresses through 4 stages. The first is awareness, where leadership acknowledges its importance but takes limited action. The second is experimentation, where pilot projects explore use cases. The third is integration, where AI becomes embedded into core operations. The final stage is strategic advantage, where AI insights directly shape competitive strategy. Most organizations today sit between stages 2 and 3. For boards, the challenge is to push beyond curiosity and ensure AI becomes a consistent, value-generating capability rather than a collection of disjointed trials. Boards that lead in AI share common characteristics. They have directors who are informed enough to ask intelligent questions about data, algorithms, and impact. They maintain a balance between innovation and risk control. They integrate AI into their enterprise risk management frameworks. And they treat AI as part of organizational culture, not a bolt-on initiative. These boards encourage continuous learning at the executive level, recognizing that understanding the basics of AI is now as essential as understanding finance or regulation. The conversation about AI should begin with strategy, not technology. The board's responsibility is to ensure that every AI initiative aligns with business goals, customer needs, and ethical principles. The temptation to pursue AI for its novelty or public image is common but dangerous. True strategic alignment means asking three key questions. Does it solve a real problem or create measurable value? Can it be implemented responsibly and sustainably? Does it strengthen the organization's long-term competitiveness? Another area of oversight is data governance. AI is only as reliable as the data it consumes. Boards must ensure that data collection and usage comply with privacy regulations and ethical standards. This includes consent management, data quality, and security. Breaches or misuse of data can cause significant reputational damage and regulatory penalties. Moreover, data silos within organizations can hinder AI success. Boards should encourage cross-departmental collaboration to break these barriers, enabling AI systems to access consistent and accurate information. Leadership mindset is equally critical. Executives often underestimate the cultural shift required to adopt AI successfully. Employees may resist automation out of fear of job loss or loss of control. Leaders must communicate that AI is not merely about replacing human labor, but about augmenting it. The focus should be on enhancing productivity, improving decision-making, and freeing people from repetitive work to focus on creativity and strategic thinking. Transparency and engagement help reduce resistance and build trust. AI adoption also demands a new kind of cross-functional cooperation. It cannot live solely within IT. Legal, compliance, HR, and operations teams must all play active roles in shaping policies, evaluating outcomes, and managing risks. Boards should oversee the creation of AI governance committees that include representatives from these areas. This ensures that decisions about data use, algorithm design, and deployment reflect a balance of ethical, legal, and commercial considerations. For many organizations, the greatest risk lies not in AI's misuse, but in missed opportunity. The next decade will see AI deeply integrated into supply chains, customer service, logistics, and product development. Companies that wait for perfect certainty will fall behind competitors who act with calculated experimentation. The board's role is to ensure readiness, to encourage innovation while demanding discipline. This means allocating investment for capability building, establishing metrics for success, and reviewing progress regularly. The conversation must also extend to partnerships and procurement. Many organizations will rely on third-party AI vendors, cloud providers, or software platforms. Boards need assurance that these partners meet ethical and security standards. Contracts should include provisions for data ownership, model explainability, and compliance with relevant regulations. Oversight of vendor risk becomes as important as oversight of internal projects. Regulation will continue to evolve, especially in the United Kingdom and European Union. The proposed EU AI Act, for instance, introduces risk-based categories and compliance requirements for AI systems. UK regulators are taking a slightly lighter but still significant approach, focusing on accountability and transparency. Boards should treat compliance as a minimum standard, not the goal. Proactive governance that exceeds regulatory expectations will protect brand reputation and build public trust. AI also changes how organizations measure success. Traditional metrics such as revenue, cost reduction, and market share remain vital, but new indicators such as data accuracy, model performance, ethical compliance, and innovation rate are becoming equally important. Boards should ensure that executive dashboards reflect this broader picture of performance, aligning incentives with responsible AI outcomes. The speed of AI's evolution means board education cannot be a one-off exercise. Directors should receive regular briefings, scenario analysis, and exposure to case studies. Some organizations now include AI literacy as part of board competency frameworks. External advisors or digital counsels can provide additional perspective. Knowledge is the first defense against uninformed enthusiasm or fear-driven resistance. Ultimately, AI will test the adaptability of leadership. Successful boards will neither rush headlong into every new tool nor stand paralyzed by uncertainty. They will approach AI with the same discipline that governs financial management, strategic planning, and risk oversight. Their goal is to balance innovation with control, speed with safety, and automation with humanity. Artificial intelligence represents both the greatest opportunity and the most complex governance challenge of this decade. Its adoption will determine which organizations thrive and which struggle to remain relevant. The boardroom must treat AI not as a passing trend, but as a permanent factor in business resilience and growth. Those who act now, with clarity and purpose, will define the next era of leadership. Those who delay will be led by it. Thank you for listening.